everything likely to do with weather. It's dry out there right now. We have cloudy skies, but that doesn't usually impact travel. So looking at the radar picture right now, it is an easy start out there for those of you who are getting ready to head out and about. 32 degrees, a little cold at Midway as well as Gary, 30 for Valparaiso, 31 Waukegan, and around 26 degrees for DeKalb. We're going to have a very different area from temperature to temperature to temperature today, and I will explain what that means coming up here in just a bit, guys.
Thank you, Megan. Now back to that crash.
6:03 now, time for traffic and weather together. Let's toss it over to Megan.
And I promised that I would explain to you guys why we're going to have such a big temperature spread a little bit later on today. We all likely get up to the mid-40s by the early to mid part of the afternoon, but latter half of the afternoon we have something called a backdoor cold front that's going to come on through. Usually cold fronts come from the west and they move to the east, as is the typical weather pattern around here. But this one's going to drop down from the east moving to the west. That means it's going to open the door up to some colder air that lurks to the north and east of us and bring 30s in for those of you right along the lakefront, where everybody else will stay locked in the 40s and 50s. So it's going to be a tale of two very different Chicagolands. Near the lakefront, much colder latter half of the afternoon, where some of you, especially down to the south around Kankakee or over towards Peru, may actually hit near 60 degrees today. So very, very different.
6:14, traffic and weather together. We start with Megan.
Yes, and we start off with temperatures right around the freezing point. We get up to the mid-40s today, but then we have that little issue with much colder near the lake temperatures that are going to filter in for the second half. North and west of us, up around Minneapolis. By the time this arrives in Chicagoland, temperatures are going to be warm enough that we'll see scattered rain showers. That's the predominant precipitation type here for most of the day. By the time we hit the overnight, temperatures start to drop off. If there is any moisture lingering, we could see a rain-snow mix there. Looking at the surface map for today, we have milder temperatures. I won't go as far as to call it mild because average this time of the year is about 46, and today will top out right around 45, though some folks down to the southern extent of our viewing area and closer in towards central Illinois will probably see temperatures that get close to 60 potentially today. So we do have some mild air in the vicinity. However, that backdoor cold front that's going to slide down through second half of the day will bring about a possibility of much colder near the lake temperatures for the afternoon. Everybody sees a few scattered showers today, generally highs in the mid-40s. Hola! This is Churro, 5-year-old Chihuahua. Tiny Pooch is very sweet, quite social. When he isn't hanging out with his canine roommates in their doggy town suite, Churro likes meeting new people. He's super affectionate. He's just chilling. We've been cuddling here all the way through this break. His other interests, by the way, include going for walks, being cuddled, which, you know, I know, and dancing on hind legs for treats. That's a good trick, my friend. Churro is 6 pounds. That's it. So he'll do best with a family with kids that are at least 5 years or older, just so they're gentle with him. Churro, along with other dogs and cats, obviously available for adoption today. Churro, look at the camera, baby. There you go. At Lincoln Park at Paws. And for more information, you can always visit pawschicago.org.
I like Churro.
I don't think Churro's used to getting up to.
You know, I'd take Churro home.
You should.
But I have 3 kids, 3 and under, and supposed to be with kids that are 5. If you want Churro, you can always go to Paws. He's adorable. By the way, forecast today is going to call for a very interesting setup temperature-wise this afternoon. We're going to talk about that coming up.
And traffic overall is good. Lakeshore Drive is really bad. We're going to take a look at the southbound side after our break.
Temperatures, D, but it's just not going to happen this morning. Later on this afternoon, we'll be back up at least to average, which is mid-40s for this time of the year. But for right now, we're kind of locked in the right around freezing range with temperatures near or even below 32 degrees everywhere. We look up to the north and west, and there's our next weather maker. It'll come in the form of some light rain showers later today as that system works in and temperatures go up. We're going to talk about another little scenario here for colder near the lakefront temperatures this afternoon. We'll discuss that coming up.
Thank you, Megan. Back to that. 6 o'clock now, I'm sorry, 6:33, and traffic and weather together. Let's now get a check of that weather,
Megan. Listen here, Roseanne, don't be rewinding us on a Friday, okay?
We're moving forward.
We want to go the other way.
We just plow ahead. We don't look back. like we just plow ahead. All right, guys, let's take a look at the radar picture here. We do have some mixed precipitation north and west of us that by the time it arrives here will likely come in the form of just some scattered rain showers as temperatures go up. Here's the deal today. We've got a backdoor cold front, which will make temperatures a little cooler near the lake. I'll explain that in more detail coming up here in just a second. Generally across the area, milder temperatures today. We go up to the mid-40s, maybe even the 50s in southern parts of our viewing area as this warm front arches in. But the warm front is also going to play a part in bringing some scattered showers to us. So take your umbrella.
You want to hear it twice. Time now is 6:42. Traffic and weather together. Here's Megan. We got that backdoor thing coming our way. Yeah, we can.
What was that
in case you haven't heard
backdoor
Google's voice
cold
app,
front.
BlackBerry.
Something. Yeah. Backdoor cold front coming through.
From the south, right? Instead of coming from the
east,
oh, okay.
as opposed to the west.
Can we just shut the back door?
I'd like to shut the back door.
Be done with this.
Okay,
Yeah, because
maybe not.
it'd be lovely if we could, because it'd keep us nice and mild for everybody for the entire day. But sadly, we do have that backdoor cold front that's going to come through second half of the hour, Keegan, and about 27 degrees in and around DeKalb. Radar pic's going to show you our next weather maker. It's up to the north and west of us. It doesn't really come here as snow, though. It comes here as rain, some scattered rain showers that will filter in second half of the day. But already, by the time temperatures are up above freezing enough so that all this will likely just be rain and will be greatly moderated by the time it gets here anyway. So yes, we do have the possibility of rain showers out there after about 1 o'clock. Most of us topping out in the mid-40s today. Some of us down to the south could be almost 10 degrees warmer than that, certainly up into the 50s, and just south of our area 60-degree temperatures are a possibility. But for those of you near the lakefront, ooh, not so, my friends, because that backdoor cold front comes on through and will allow for 30-degree temperatures to penetrate just a couple miles inland from the lake. So if your county borders the lake and you're not too far away from it, your temperature this afternoon, specifically in Cook and Lake counties in Illinois, will definitely be a little colder than those of you outside of the immediate lakefront. For today, warmer temperatures, some afternoon rain, and generally we're going to go for a high of about 45. Tonight you'll drop down to around St. Patty's Day forecast. We have about 35 for your high temperature on Sunday. Mostly cloudy skies and a chance of some evening snow going into Monday morning. So certainly feeling quite winter-like as opposed to last year's very summer-like St. Patrick's Day. Temperatures right now are not faring that much better. It's 40 degrees at Midway, 39 O'Hare, 37 for Waukegan. It should be in the mid-40s this time of the year. We will talk about your forecast and the weekend forecast coming up.
Turning to weather now.
Not the prettiest day.
Not the prettiest day.
Not
How about this
really.
big St. Patrick's Day weekend?
Not the prettiest weekend. Now, the good news is it will be mostly dry by the weekend, but temperatures about 10 degrees below average, so it's not going to be as warm as oftentimes we see. It's certainly, there is some moisture getting close. It's impacting folks around Rockford right now and moving ever closer to the city in the form of rain showers. It was snow in the bigger picture up north, but our temperatures are warmer than theirs, and we're above the freezing point now and will be for a good remainder of the day. So what we'll see is some rain turning over to a possibility of just a little bit of light snow overnight tonight going into your Saturday. One other feature today, there's something called a backdoor cold front, which may move down from the north and east to the south and west and therefore push 30-degree temperatures back in gear for those folks around the lake, especially if you're in Lake and Cook County in Illinois. On the other side of this front, we're talking 40s and potentially even the 50s down to the south, but everyone has some showers to deal with, and that in its own right could help keep those temperatures just a smidge lower as well. On average, today's high 45 degrees, warmer temperatures.